Alex was 28 years old. He lived in a small town and worked at a local office. Every morning, he woke up at 7 a.m., ate the same breakfast, and went to work. He sat at a desk, answered emails, and waited for the day to end. After work, he went home, watched television, played video games, and went to bed. This was his life. Every day. Nothing changed. Nothing exciting ever happened. But Alex didn't feel happy. He often asked himself, "Is this all there is? Wake up, work, sleep, repeat?" His friends were busy too. They had jobs, families, or moved away. Alex felt alone. On weekends, he sometimes walked in the park or scrolled through social media. He saw people traveling, building businesses, learning new things. He thought, "They are living. I am just existing." One Saturday morning, Alex was walking to the coffee shop when he saw an old man painting on the street. The man looked about 75 years old. His hands were shaking a little, but he was smiling. Alex stopped and looked at the painting. It was beautiful, a mountain scene, full of color and light. "That's amazing," Alex said. The old man smiled. "Thank you, young man. I try to paint every day." "Every day?" Alex asked. "Yes. I spent most of my life in an office, like you, maybe. But I always wanted to paint. I waited too long. Now I paint because time is short." Alex was surprised. "You mean you didn't always do this?" The man shook his head. I wasted many years. Now I don't waste a single day." Alex felt something move inside his heart. He thanked the man and walked away. But the old man's words stayed in his mind. "I wasted many years. Now I don't waste a single day." That night, Alex couldn't sleep. He looked around his small apartment. It was clean but boring. No books, no pictures, just a bed, a television, and a game console. He asked himself, "What do I love? What did I want to do when I was younger?" The answer came slowly. He had always wanted to write stories. In high school, he wrote funny short stories and shared them with his classmates. They laughed. Some told him he had talent. But after school, he stopped writing. He thought it wasn't important. He thought it wouldn't make money. Now, after so many years, the dream was still there, quiet, small, but not dead. Alex made a decision. "I will try. Just a little. Just one short story." On Sunday, Alex sat at his desk. He opened his laptop and began to write. The words came slowly. He felt nervous. He thought the story was bad. But he didn't stop. He wrote for 1 hour, then saved the file. The next day, he came home after work and wrote more. Each day, a little more. After 2 weeks, he finished the story. It was about a boy who wanted to fly. The boy didn't have wings, but he built a machine with old parts. Everyone laughed at him, but in the end, the boy flew. Alex read the story and smiled. It wasn't perfect, but it was his. He posted it online. Just a few people read it, but one person left a comment, "This story made me smile. Thank you." Alex felt something he hadn't felt in years. Joy. Alex began to change his routine. He still worked at the office, but now he spent less time on video games and more time writing. He started reading books again. He wrote a new story every month. He also began to exercise. He walked every morning before work. Slowly, he felt stronger. His mind felt clearer. He joined a local writing group. Every Saturday, the group met in the library and shared their stories. At first, Alex was shy, but soon he made friends who supported and inspired him. One of them, Lisa, was also a writer. They often had coffee together after the group. She told him, "Your stories have heart. Keep writing." One day, Alex visited the painting man again. His name was Mr. Henry. They sat on a bench, watching the sunset. "You changed my life," Alex said. Mr. Henry laughed. "Me? How?" "You told me not to waste time. I was wasting mine." The old man smiled kindly. "We all waste time sometimes. What matters is what we do next." Alex nodded. "I want to live fully now." Henry looked at him and said, "Then do it. Do something every day that brings life to your soul." Months passed. Alex kept writing. One of his stories was published in a small magazine. He was surprised, but proud. At work, nothing changed. The office felt more boring now. One day, his boss asked him, "Why do you look happier these days?" Alex smiled. "I started writing again. It gives me purpose." His boss nodded. "Good. Everyone needs something like that." But Alex felt it was time for something bigger. He saved money, made a plan, and after 1 year, he left his office job. His friends were shocked. "What will you do now?" they asked. "I'll write full time," he said. "It's time to really live." Alex didn't become rich, but he found joy every day. He woke up excited to write. He taught kids how to write stories. He gave talks at schools about dreams and not wasting life. He traveled a bit too to the mountains, the sea, and new cities. He wrote about everything he saw. His blog had many readers now. He often remembered the words of Mr. Henry, "Do something every day that brings life to your soul." One day, he received a message from a young man. "Your story changed me. I want to start living my real life too." Alex smiled and replied, "Start small, don't wait. The best time to begin is today." Now that Alex was living a new life, he wanted to help others do the same. He remembered how lost he used to feel. He didn't want other people to waste their lives like he almost did. So, he started a small class at the community center. Every Thursday evening, people came to learn how to write stories. Some were young, some old. Some had never written anything before. Alex told them, "It's okay to start small. It's okay to be afraid. But don't stop. Your story matters." One girl in the class, Emma, was only 14 years old. She was very quiet but wrote beautiful poems. After a few weeks, she said to Alex, "I want to be a writer, but my parents say it's not a real job." Alex smiled. "When I was young, I heard the same thing. But now I write every day. If it makes you feel alive, don't let it go." Emma nodded. She kept coming to class and kept writing. Alex saw her confidence grow. That made him proud. One weekend, Alex visited his parents. They were happy to see him. His mother said, "You look different, happier." "I am," Alex said. "I'm finally doing what I love." His father looked unsure. "But can you really live from writing?" "I can," Alex answered. "I live simply, but I feel rich inside." His parents didn't fully understand, but they were glad he was happy. That night, Alex sat outside looking at the stars. He thought about the past, all the years he spent just passing time. He also thought about the future, all the things he could still do. He whispered, "Thank you," to the sky. Not to anyone in particular, just to life itself. One morning, Alex received a phone call. It was from the hospital. Miss Henry, the old painter, had passed away during the night. Alex felt tears in his eyes. He walked to the park where Henry used to paint. The bench was empty, but the memory was strong. He sat down and remembered their first talk. "I wasted many years. Now I don't waste a single day." Those words had changed Alex's life. A few days later, Alex wrote a story about Henry, a story about time, dreams, and late beginnings. He shared it online, and many people wrote back to say it touched their hearts. One person wrote, "I'm 60 years old, and I thought it was too late to start painting again. Your story gave me hope." Alex smiled with tears in his eyes. "Thank you, Henry," he whispered. One morning, Alex received a letter in the mail. It was from a school far away. The letter said, "Dear Alex, we read your stories in class. Our students loved your book, The Boy Who Flew. Many of them have started writing their own stories because of you. Would you come and speak to our students? Miss Green, literature teacher." Alex was surprised. He had never traveled so far, but he felt excited. He said yes. When he arrived at the school, the children ran to meet him. They had many questions. How do you write stories? Are your stories true? Do you get tired of writing? Alex smiled and said, "Writing is like flying. At first it's hard, but the more you try, the higher you go." The children laughed and clapped. That day, Alex felt like the richest man in the world. Some of Alex's old friends still worked at the office. One evening, he met up with an old friend named Mark. Mark said, "You're lucky, Alex. I wish I could do something I love." Alex replied, "You can. You just need to start. A little every day." Mark looked unsure. "But I have a family, bills, and no time." Alex said, "You don't have to quit your job right away. Just find 10 minutes a day. Read, draw, play music, whatever gives you joy." Mark thought for a while. Then he said, "Maybe I'll try painting again. I used to love it." Alex smiled. That's the spirit. Life is too short to forget what you love. One night, Alex got sick. It wasn't serious, but he had to stay in bed for a week. During that time, he couldn't write, teach, or go outside. He felt sad again, and the old feeling came back, the feeling of wasting time. But then he remembered, even small things matter. He began writing small poems in his notebook. He called them bed poems. One said, "I cannot walk, I cannot run, but I can dream under the sun. The body rests, the heart still flies. I write with hope, I write with eyes." When he got better, he shared the poems online. People loved them. Alex learned something important. Even slow days can be full of life. Years passed. Alex wrote many stories. Some were funny, some sad, some full of wonder. One day, a big publisher asked to print a collection of his stories. The book was called "Don't Waste Your Life: Stories to Wake the Soul." It became popular, especially among young people. Readers said it helped them think about their lives. At the end of the book, Alex wrote a message. To anyone reading this, I wasted many years, but I found a way to live again. You can too. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be famous. You just need to ask, what brings me joy? Then take one step, and another, and another. Don't wait. Start now. Don't waste your life. One afternoon, Alex was sitting on the same park bench where he once met Mr. Henry. A boy came up and said, "Are you Alex, the writer?" "Yes," Alex said, smiling. The boy sat down. "I read your story in school. I want to be a writer too." Alex looked at him kindly. "Then start writing. Don't wait. Every story begins with a single word." The boy nodded and ran off, full of energy. Alex watched him go. The sun was warm on his face. He felt thankful not for money, not for fame, but for life itself. He thought, I used to live without living. Now, I live every day, and that's enough.